Hey guys, so today we are going to be breaking down the incoming free-to-play Demon King Piccolo. So Ultra Demon King Piccolo has been my most wanted character for almost 2 years now, so it definitely, at least for me, is a bit unfortunate that after 2.5 years of no Demon King Piccolos, we are getting one and he's free. Sure. So if you guys watched my, I guess, initial reaction video to the announcement that the Dragon Ball Saga was going to be the next episode campaign, you'll know that the last time this team was updated, received any kind of new received any kind of, not even just free-to-play character, but just summonable character or any character at all, was 2.5 years ago. 2.5 years of this tag being completely untouched. So what I'm going to be doing for every single release in this campaign is I'm going to be extra hard on judging how good these units are going to be. Not even just units, Zenkais, equipment, everything. This tag is essentially starting from scratch. It's basically as if they were making a brand new team, because essentially you can't use any of the existing characters for this team. They're just way too outdated. So I'm going to be looking at this, Demon King Piccolo. He's a free-to-play character, but I'm going to be judging him as if he was a summonable character because this tag has 0 characters. So yeah, we'll go into this here. By the way, there is a new tag. I'm not sure if it's actually added into the game yet. Here it is. Yeah, Dragon Ball. So this is the Dragon Ball tag, which I'm honestly not entirely sure why they made this tag. I guess the only thing that comes to mind, because I saw some people mentioning, oh, it's because the 23rd World Tournament is not going to be considered Dragon Ball Saga, which is not true because Green Chi-Chi is from the 23rd World Tournament and she is on Dragon Ball Saga. Her art is literally her and Goku at the tournament. Like the background art of this Green Chi-Chi is her and Goku at the tournament. So the 23rd World Tournament, we don't have 23rd World Tournament Goku, we don't have Piccolo Jr. or Tien or Krillin from that World Tournament, but those characters would have already been on Dragon Ball Saga. So the only reason I can think of as to why they created this Dragon Ball tag here is to include some of the movie characters. We have, I guess, some not as interesting movies. So we have the Curse of the Blood Rubies, which is the king Gore-Mess or whatever his name is. That's the villain of that one. We have Sleeping Princess in Devil's Castle with Lucifer is the villain of that movie. And then we have the retelling of Dragon Ball. I don't know if they'd really go into that one, the mystical adventure one. And then we have Path to Power. Now, Path to Power is the one I could definitely see them maybe being the reason behind them creating this Dragon Ball tag. I don't know if Path to Power characters would be on Dragon Ball Saga because they should theoretically be on movies, right? Because it's a movie. So that might be the main reason as to why they created this Dragon Ball tag, is so that they could get potentially an LF Path to Power Kid Goku into the game and have him be on the Dragon Ball tag instead of just being movies. That's the Goku, by the way, that does the camera pans around him as he does the Kamehameha. That could definitely be a potential LF, I guess, for the celebration if they want to go down that path. But yeah, the Dragon Ball team here, the reason why I think it's super important for them to actually make this Dragon Ball team good, and if you guys remember back to me talking about this every single episode campaign so far, so for the Majin Buu Saga team, the Cell Saga team, the Frieza Saga team, I've always been saying I don't want them to focus on these Saga teams. And the main reason is because we have characters that are releasing in those sagas that don't need to be on those saga teams, right? Goku, Saiyan Sun Family. Gohan, Sun Family hybrids. Cell, he's Regen Powerful Opponent Future. Androids. Frieza is LOE, Powerful Opponent, Frieza Force. So there are teams where these characters can be on where we don't need to then also go ahead and force these saga teams to be viable. Dragon Ball Saga is not that way at all. What teams is Master Roshi going to be on? He's literally on nothing with Dragon Ball. This is why for characters like Master Roshi, if they want to give us a Mercenary Tao or maybe a General Blue or an Ox King or something, right? There are a lot of Dragon Ball characters that aren't on any other tags. So this is the celebration that is super important to actually have the Saga team / the new Dragon Ball tag be very, very good. All right, so we're going to take a look here at this Demon King Piccolo. Again, I'm going to be extra harsh in my judgment because this is the start of this Dragon Ball campaign, They're starting with 0 relevant characters. So, I mean, we got to start somewhere here. So let's go ahead and display the max stats. Remember, we have to subtract like 8,000 due to the title boost and the arts boost. So offensively, he's going to be at very low strike attacks. That's like sub 250 strike. He's going to be at mid 250 blast, which is not great. He's a ranged character. Defenses are going to be sub 180. So he's going to be like what what do we want to call this? Like 175 strike defense, and then like 177 blast defense. I guess it's acceptable. It's not horrible. For a free-to-play character, I guess, sure. So again, Dragon Ball Saga, but at least for Demon King Piccolo, like he would at least be on like powerful opponent and regen in addition to Dragon Ball Saga. But I mean, this is the Dragon Ball Saga campaign. We got to really get the Dragon Ball Saga team to be good. Okay. Strike is normal, blast is normal. Now the blue card is Explosive Demon Wave. Massive explode damage. 15% to special move damage inflicted for 3 counts upon activation. And then enemy key minus 50 on hit, sure. The green card is a stop time. So he heals the entire team by 10%, sure. Gets 40 key, 20% blast damage inflicted 15 counts. And then 20% to health restoration, so that's a permanent buff. Okay, main ability is Overflowing Vitality. Restores own health by 30% and key by 30. 20% damage inflicted for 50 counts. Gets his full Vanishing Gauge back. Minus 10 to own strike and blast arts cost for 50 timer counts. And then he increases own Dragon Balls by 1. Getting Vanish back is good. 30% health is good. 30 key is nice. Damage, I think this damage should have just been permanent. I don't like if they're gonna make it for 50 counts, just make it permanent at that point. I don't really understand. This is also a cancelable buff. Don't really understand. The cost per 50 counts is also cancelable. I don't really get it. That's it. Yeah, I mean, this could have been better for sure. Z ability is 33% to Dragon Ball, event exclusive or regen blast. Strike and blast defense. Yeah, both defenses. Okay, let's go with the unique ability. World Domination commences. Applies the following effects to self when battle starts. 90% damage inflicted. Reduces damage received by 65%. At this point, we need every character. I don't care if you're free to play. I don't care if you're a summonable character. Either one, you need to have 70% reduced damage. You need to have 70%. You need to. So that's not good enough. Increases arts card draw speed by 1 level. That's good. And then 50% to key recovery. That's good. So baseline stat spread here in terms of like the first unique ability, just in terms of what he's getting upon battle start. I think this is solid. It is good. The reduced damage received, just make it 70%. I don't like, we can't be releasing new characters that have under 70% because even characters that have 70% reduced damage received get destroyed. Like it's not even close to good enough. Applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. Draws a blast arts card next. Restores key by 30. And then 70% damage inflicted. Okay, that's good, obviously. So he's entering the battlefield. He's drawing a blast card with card draw speed. He's getting 30 key and he's getting 70% damage. So he's going to enter the battlefield with 160% damage inflicted. Okay. Following effects occur if this character is on the battlefield after an allied attack ends. Okay, wow, this is the tag 17 and 18 ability. So if you tackle the enemy, if you quick attack the enemy, if you tap attack the enemy, tap blast an enemy, this is gonna trigger. Randomly draws at most 2 new cards when you have 3 or fewer cards. By the way, this is also gonna activate when you drop combo. Does that mean he's gonna have no cover null? I mean, we'll see. So he draws 2 new cards when you have 3 or fewer cards, activates 4 times. Restores own key by 30, activates 4 times. Shortens ally subcount by 2, activates twice. 10% to special move, ultimate, and awakened damage inflicted by allies cannot be canceled, activates twice. So that is a permanent buff, up to 20%. Okay. 10% to damage inflicted by allied tag Dragon Ball, regen, or event exclusive, activates twice. So I guess the only thing I would change on this is for the drawing cards, the restoring key, and the shortened ally subcount. I don't see why that needed to be restricted to a certain amount of times. That should just been infinite times for all those effects. Now, obviously, for like the support and the both the support effects, right? The special move, ultimate, and awakened damage, and then the damage inflicted by the certain tags, that could have been restricted, sure. But in terms of the other effects, there's no need to restrict those. But okay, I mean, that actually looks like a pretty decent first unique ability here. Let's see what else he does. Terrifying Presence. Shortens own sub count by 2 as default. Okay. Following effects occur when this character switches... when enemy switches characters while this character is on the battlefield. Restores own health by 5%. Nullifies own unfavorable element factors for damage sustained for 5 counts. Okay, so... activates 7 times. So... let me just think about this. With this character on the battlefield, do you think it's going to be a common thing to where the enemy is going to be switching characters 7 times throughout the course of a match? I would probably say no. Again, this is one of those things where I just don't understand why that has to be limited to 7 times. Why can't it just be infinite times? It's just very weird. So, I mean, this is obviously only going to be for defensive purposes because it's for damage sustained. I think they should have just made this for offense as well. So if you drop a combo against an enemy, you get all the effects up here, and then you would also go type neutral here. That's what this that's what a character like this needs to be good. Reduces enemy key by 15, sure. Inflicts all enemy after downgrade plus 10 all arts cost. Inflicts all enemy after downgrade plus 15% to damage received. Reducing enemy key by 15 and then increasing their cost is pretty nice, but yeah, that's about it. This is pretty long here. Following effects occur when enemy performs a cover change while this character is on the battlefield. I don't... So I didn't even look at the effects yet. I don't even know if I like this, like the logic behind designing like this, because because this entire mechanic where your attack ends on the enemy is based upon you dropping the combo successfully. So if you then also have a mechanic that is dependent upon the enemy's cover changing, it just completely goes against what you're trying to do. Restores own key by 30. Randomly draws at most 2 new cards when you have 3 or fewer cards. Okay, so he's drawing a lot of cards. Shortens allies sub count by 2. Activates 3 times. Again, why restrict this? I don't understand. Following effects occur every time the enemy uses a special move or special arts card while this character's in the battlefield. Shortens allies... applies that red upgrade. Shortens sub count by 3 to self. So that's going to stack with this 2 up here. So he's going to have a 5 sub count. Reduces enemies' Dragon Balls by 1. Activates twice. Yeah, not good enough. Sorry. This character's not good enough. I don't know what to say. He's just not good enough. If we're starting the Dragon Ball Saga campaign with this, we are in for a rough time. All right, let's take a look at the equipment. So we do for sure have that Zenkai Legends Road Kid Goku unique equipment. Let's take a look at what is this. This is Dragon Ball. We have special move damage 10%. We have up to 20% of a base stat in slot 2, and then 10% health. Yeah, that's not good enough either. All right, what else we got? Okay, so it looks like this is going to be the new co-op equip. This Roshi here. So Dragon Ball. Special move damage 12%, base strike defense 15%, 5% to own strike attack for each tag Dragon Ball battle member, and then the same thing in slot 3 except for blast. This is good, but I believe this first slot should have been HP. Straight up, this is a good equip. I'm not gonna say this is bad because it's not, but this slot 1 should have been HP instead of special move damage, or they could have just added HP to the slot 1. Like, just make this 10% HP and 12% special move 2. Whatever. We can't be pulling our punches with Dragon Ball Saga stuff. Okay. This is the Demon King Piccolo equip for the free unit that every other free play character recently has gotten. Makes sense. Okay, what else? And then, what's this? Dragon Ball. Okay, unique equipment for Dragon Ball. Base blast attack and base strike defense. 15%, strike attack 35%, HP by 10%. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, I'll take that for every Dragon Ball character. Strike attack 35, blast 15. You know what? I guess it's going to depend on what if the Dragon Ball character you're equipping this on is strike or blast based. You know what I think would have been better is if they replace this blast attack in slot 1 with blast defense, and then they just made slot 2 able to roll strike or blast attack, is what they should have done here. At that point, this equip would have been really good. I mean, it's still good anyway, but you're really only restricting this to 2 characters that are strike-based, which I don't think every Dragon Ball Saga character is going to be strike-based. We'll see. All right. This is honestly, even more so than the free-to-play Demon King Piccolo, this is going to be the most important thing we look at today, is this Kid Goku unique equipment. Now, we have not had a good track record with Zenkai character equipment so far. This Goku actually has a pretty decent foundation in terms of the mechanics that he has. He has endurance, he's supporting, gets key on entry, his card draw speed. So he's doing a lot of like good stuff that's a baseline good for the character. Again, if they want this tag to actually be good and start off on the right track, then this equipment has to be monstrously good, right? This Kid Goku actually has the potential to be good, I think, but they can't skimp out on this equip. All right, so let's see. Okay, slot 1, we're getting 15% to HP and then 50% to all base stats, which is fine. Up to 15% to strike and blast attack and strike and blast defense if a tag Dragon Ball other than this character's battle member. That's it. I mean, he's getting 15% to pure stat for everything. Strike and blast attack and strike and blast defense. It's not 15% is just not that should have been 15% per Dragon Ball battle member. That's what that should have been. All right, the real test is going to be this right here. 70% damage. By the way, we now know that the slots here, they are not cancelable buff. So even though, like, for example, this 70% damage inflicted cannot be canceled on there, it actually cannot be canceled. I don't know why it's like that. That's just the way it is. So 70% damage inflicted, of course, is good. Sustained damage cut plus 40% is good. -2 to arts cost and -2 only, huh? And then 80% to ultimate damage for 3 timer counts upon ultimate arts activation cannot be canceled. I mean, it's not bad. I'm actually going to pull up this Kid Goku in another tab just to see if I can figure out what his total damage would be with this up. Again, I'm more worried about the slot 2 because the slot 2 could have been way better. Let's just see quickly here. All right, Kid Goku with the Zenkai enabled. What is your damage? So his first unique ability is 25% to strike damage inflicted per defeated battle member. That is awful. So that's basically, let's just count that as 0. He's getting, hold on. So in this final unique ability is basically where he gets all his damage. He's getting 50%, he's getting 20% to damage and then 30% to strike damage. So he's basically getting 50% damage inflicted from the final slot of his unique ability. Then he's getting 70% from this. That's 120. And then he's just getting this. Yeah, I don't think this is enough. This Goku has 0 sustained damage cut in his unique abilities. So this is all the sustained damage cut he's getting, period. I don't think this is good enough. I don't. Again, I'm going to be raising my expectations for these Dragon Ball characters because the team doesn't exist. It doesn't exist at all. I would have expected a stronger start for Dragon Ball. I'm not even a little bit disappointed. I'm fairly disappointed. I'm fairly disappointed in how they started this. I don't think this equip will be good enough for Kid Goku, and I think the free-to-play Demon King Piccolo is far from good enough. If you want to look at that Demon King Piccolo through the lens of just being a free-to-play character and like compare him to other free-to-play characters, then I actually think he's going to be pretty good, right? I think he probably will be similar to like that Goku we got, the Namek Goku, for the Frieza side campaign. He's good, right? But we have to be looking at these characters for the Dragon Ball Saga team on the same footing as summonable units because the team doesn't exist. You cannot use Dragon Ball Saga right now. So this is how they're starting the team out. It's just, this is not going to move the needle for the team at all. You can't start the Saga campaign like this because it's just not going to do anything. Okay, well, unfortunately, that's what we're looking at here for the start of the Dragon Ball Saga campaign. I think they needed to make this a little bit stronger, at least initially, to get this, party started for the Dragon Ball team. But I don't know. I don't think this is a good look for the rest of this Saga campaign. But I definitely think once we start getting summonable characters for Dragon Ball Saga, they'll be good. But I think it would have been nice if we at least started the celebration off with like good releases. But let me know down below what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.